demonstration, I just want to kind of recap. And so what we did on the first one was we applied the tape using our taper, our roller and glazer, which helps to set the tape in place and get the tape and the compound on at one time, saving a lot of time and making it just more efficient and getting more production in. So the second stage of drywall finishing is putting your first coat on. So this we did yesterday, so this is dry. You don't really want to go over wet tape. But this being dry, so the first one we have is a nail spotter. So normally you'll have on every set, you're going to have your screws set up. So this box is essentially, you're going to pump some mud into it with this. There's some compound that's pre-mixed. We mixed it earlier. This pump has a little spout on it. We changed out the gooseneck that goes for this system. When you push on it, it has this spring that helps push it back out. On the front here, you have a blade that's going to be wiping as you're wiping down. It's going to be wiping with it, and then you have this part that cleans it up. It's going to it's going to give you faster production to do more screws than what you're going to be able to do by hand, and it's going to also save your back because you're going to see how they demonstrate. You're not going to be bending over so much by using this. So you stick it on the end of the spout. Normally one pump is good. I'll step back so you guys can see it. Put it on the wall. You're going to come down and you're going to pull off. So you don't have any edge here on the bottom. On the bottom, if you have low screws, you're going to squeeze down. Again, I'm left-handed, so I got to do this one. You're going to come down and you're going to pull up. So it's just going to save you a lot of time if you have a whole bunch of screws. Opposed to doing it by hand, where you're going to be constantly doing this, wiping, constantly doing this. So this just saves a lot of time when you're doing that process. And again, you can do it on your lows and coming up where you're not having to bend over the whole time and hurting your back. It's going to save your joints, it's going to save a lot of your stuff. Now the bigger one we have is the box. These come in sizes of 7, 8, 10, 12, and 16. So you go up in size as you go up in coat. So your first coat is usually with 7 or 10, depending on what you're going to finish with. So the way this works is kind of the same idea. You're going to fill it up here with the mouth of the pump. And on here you have your blade that's going to be like the blade of the knife. On here you have your settings. You have from 0 to 5. 0 is going to leave the most amount of mud. 5 is going to leave the least amount of mud. So when you're normally doing your first coat, you're going to be at a 0 to a 1 for your butts, which are these joints here, because these are going to be your ones that have a deeper side. When you're doing your fills, you're usually at a 1 or 2 for your first coat. As you go up gradually with your bigger boxes, so this is our 12 box, 12-inch box. By the time you get to this one, you should be at about a 4 or 5 because you're leaving minimum mud because you're flattening these out. This valley is going to be filled, and this hump should be gone. So I'm just going to put it on a 1. Oh. So this also has a brake. So the brake is to stop this, because that's how you're going to pull off. So it's great for ceilings because you pump it up, you get it up there, and you can do this without having to use stilts, without having to use a scaffold, without having to get on the ladder. This is a ball joint that's going to help you with your leverage, so it gives you more for your shoulder, so when you're pushing on it. Again, same idea. On the back, it has 2 springs, so as you push in, it's helping you push back out, so you're getting that resistance against the wall that's going to help you be back put. So normally you'll go 1 in the middle, and 1 on either side. Until you see it coming out a little bit. So you always want to do your fills first, and then you'll come back and do your butt joints. So you're going to put it on the wall. You're going to give it a little bit of a pressure as I'm pushing off my shoulder. I'm going to pull the handle, and you pull up. Then you come back on the other way, and you pull off. Now you're going to have a little bit of a lap mark here. I don't know how much of you guys can see it. I probably could have gone on a 3, so leave a little less mud on the first coat. You have a little lap mark here that you have to sand, but you really have no mud here and no mud here, so it cuts down on your sanding time. Now to do the butt, I'm going to do it on a 1. So there's different ways to split the joint, which means I'm going to go on either side. I'm pushing down. I'm going to pull back towards me. I'm going to break the handle. So I'm pulling up. You don't want to get your wheels in here. So the wheels are helping the wall. And then for the bottom, it's also great because you get your squat and your quads worked out in. You're going to kneel down. And you're going to do your come right up. Again, you're going to have a little bit of a lap mark here that you're going to maybe strip in for your second coat. This side, you don't have much of a line. But it all should come out like that when you're doing it right. Obviously, I'm doing a demonstration, so I'm trying to face you guys. But normally, you would be right in front of it. Placement is a big thing. Tools. So, again, it speeds up production. You can get a lot more work done with the tools in my hand. And it helps get when you're standing because it keeps it to your edge. That's for our first coat. If you come back at 3, we're doing another demo for the final coat, which will be the bigger tools, and we have a corner applicator that we're going to show you how to run the angles. Are there any questions?
Clapping, guys. Give them the clap.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for coming on and watching.